I am obsessed with Piers Morgan lately. I mean, Piers Morgan is on another level. Now, one of my favorites is coming up here. So let's get into more woke media and how they are flip-flopping, okay? What's next?
Yeah, Cenk, I woke up this morning and I actually thought of you. I felt sorry for you because I thought, how on earth are you going to come on my show now, given the sheer scale of this devastating victory and devastating defeat for the Democrats? I mean, it is hard to imagine a worse morning to be Cenk Uygur. So, how are you?
I'm great. I come on your show with the same swagger I always do. So the reality, Piers, is unfortunately, I was right all along. I told you that Joe Biden...
I got to stop it right there. Did you just hear him say I was right all along? Now, let's see what he says. Don't forget, this is Cenk now, okay? This is the Hamburglar we're looking at. And we all know how much he hates Trump. Trump is Hitler. Trump's everything bad. He's going to destroy the world, okay? Kamala is the queen. We must vote for Kamala. So let's see where Cenk is going. Now, this right here, wherever he goes, okay, this is a really good indication on where everything is going. Okay, come on, Cenk. The Hamburglar is up.
This is, unfortunately, I was right all along. I told you that Joe Biden was feeble and ridiculous. And I told you they should have done a real convention and a real primary, and they didn't do it. They should have picked their strongest candidate. Now, look, Crystal's 100% right. And I need everybody to understand this is the most important fact about politics today in America. It is not left versus right. That is an old way of thinking. It is populist versus establishment. And the establishment loses every time now. And the reason that they can't see it is because everyone on TV, everyone in the Democratic leadership is the establishment. So they can't look at themselves in the mirror and go, oh, it turns out people hate me. They need to go in a populist direction. It is super obvious.
Guys, is this, first of all, let me just interrupt Cenk. Cenk is in a good mood, okay? He is smiling. He's happy. He's in a good mood. You know why? You know why he's in a good mood? Because his company is going to thrive. It's going to make millions. Okay? TYT, it's going to make millions. It's going to thrive. You know why? Because for the next 4 years, Cenk is going to be able to say that Donald Trump is Hitler, Donald Trump is a fascist, and he is going to end the world. 4 years of it. Be ready.
We never see it. Next time around, the main thing is we've got to reach the Democratic voters, go around mainstream media who lie to them 24/7. Right now, this morning, they're doing copium on MSNBC, talking about how white women ruined this for them or different demographic groups didn't show up. It's absurd. It's absurd. You lost because you're a bunch of elitists and you don't even realize it.
Wow. Cenk Uygur is calling him elitist. Hello. Is he forgetting who he is? Cenk Uygur is amongst the elitist, okay? You are an elitist, Cenk. Are you kidding me?
But I would also say, Cenk, and I'm sorry to single you out, but you are the person here who's done a lot of this on my show. I do think the constant over-demonization of Trump, when people were calling him a fascist, a neo-Nazi, the new Hitler, all this, I kept warning people on the left, this is going to backfire. Most average Americans do not think Trump is the new Hitler. They did not see in his first term of office a fascist at work. Yes, they thought January 6th was awful. We all did. And it should never have happened. And that's more playing, to be honest with you, to Trump's refusal to ever accept losing. Vinny.
Before we get to Vinny, my chat was a little behind, guys. First of all, Darius, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you so much, Darius. Darius says, all the BS done, leaving a whole wake in their path. Yeah. And thought they would go off into the sunset as victors. Everyone now sees the writing on the wall. You are 100% right. And it showed from the vote. I mean, let's not forget, Donald Trump won the popular vote too. That says a lot. Okay? Seriously. Darius, 100% right. Everyone can see through the nonsense. You know, it's why X is so big. Even my parents, they don't watch any, my father, when my father is calling me and saying, oh, look, sending me X links, telling me, did you see this? Did you see that? You're going to cover this? And I'm going to myself, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, times have changed. People have moved on. No one believes you. You need more people, okay? Mainstream media is done. They are hanging on by a thread. Right now, CENK is in luck because he can complain about Trump for 4 years. But let's not forget, Anna Kasparian has totally moved. She's the right-wing new rhino now, okay? It's absolutely mind-boggling how they have shifted. There's nowhere else to go. Nowhere else to go. The people have spoken. I digress. Darius, also another super chat. Thank you again. I want to see Donald J. Trump go to season 3 at Avon Barksdale on him. Let's hope he does. I'm with you. I want to see him drain the swamp, okay? I want to see him drain it all the way dry. All the way dry. Okay, welcome into the chat, the dreaded rabble rouser. Thank you for coming in. Wayne, Fannie Willis was reelected. Yeah, she was. But guess what? I don't think she's going to be there too long. I don't think she's going to be there too long. We'll see. We'll see. Shane Cavan, welcome. Welcome, a newbie. Now I can see why only 39 people are watching this. Lady, you need help. I may. But guess what? Shane, can you explain the 75 million that voted for Trump? Can you explain how he won the popular vote? I don't know. I'm just saying what I see. I'm just calling it like I see it. And guess what? Since you're clearly on the left, so are your own people. We're looking at it. I digress. Okay, here we go.
Vinny, you must be absolutely thrilled today because everything you've hoped for. This is like Thanksgiving and Christmas just came a little early, right?
Piers, good morning. You know, Piers, it's always good when your guy wins. And I mean, you spoke with Donald Trump today. I know he's your friend, and it feels good. I know you're not supposed to say it, Piers, but we told you so. Okay, and you guys were talking about this Hitler. Like, think about what the left did. You diminished the weight behind the name Hitler. Okay, so now this morning, everybody on the left is like, oh my God, Hitler won, and the Nazis are celebrating. All right, but Piers, people like CENK and all these left, MSNBC, all the hags from freaking The View, they should be calling Trump and thanking him and celebrating. So at least they're gonna have something to talk about for the next 4 years. Okay, because these people have no substance. It's just Trump is the bad man. Watch us, listen to us, and I think it's a great day for America, Piers. And I just, he said last night, and I wrote this down, that God spared his life for a reason, and that's to save the country. Because let's not forget really quick, Piers, how we got here, okay? Trump was supposed to be dead. That assassin's bullet, Piers, and whoever that sniper assassin was going right for his head, okay? Because as we know, when it comes to assassins, Piers, they want to put out a freaking message. When they shot JFK, they shot him in his throat, and then they shot him in his head. That sends a message to the world, don't mess with us. We're the deep state, we're the establishment, you don't do that. God spared his life, Piers. If he was dead, Biden would still be in right now. That walking zombie would still be the president. He would win by a landslide, and they'd probably use the 25th Amendment to get him out to have Kamala. She had no business being here. I actually feel bad for her, Piers. She had 7 days to try to sell the world on her being the savior. It didn't work. God bless America, Piers, and thank God for Donald Trump. And I'm ecstatic, Piers. I'm besides myself.
Actually, let me just say this. He makes a lot of really good points. First of all, thank you again, Darius, for the super chat. Y'all best smash that like. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. He makes some really good points. First of all, the first point that I'm going to make very clear that I think is very important is it had to be divine intervention. Okay, you tried to kill the man. And like he said, you shot him in the head. He missed by like a millimeter. Like, it's divine intervention. I truly believe that. Now, as far as his remarks on the woke media, well, look, Trump winning this election is the only hope for them to continue existing. Okay, because MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, The View, all of this stuff, okay, Trump will be on television every single day. This is kind of why look how badly these networks are failing right now. I mean, what are they going to do? Talk about Biden falling and stumbling all over himself, and that there's impersonators, and we don't know who's who and what's what, and that Kamala's installed. I mean, what are they actually going to do? Right now, their only hope of sustaining and they're on life support as it is. all these major media networks, okay? They're on life support as it is. Nobody wants you. But their only hope was Trump winning. Because now they can ramp up their Hitler propaganda for 4 years. Think about it. It's literally their only hope. So they should be, thankful. I digress.
I just want to say one thing to Vinny in response to this conversation about fascism, Hitler, et cetera. I think liberals are largely right about the threat that Trump represents. I think they're largely right when they describe his ideology accurately as fascism. And I think it's important we also remember where that conversation
but the American
about
people don't agree
Trump's
with you.
comments.
Yeah, Crystal, the problem is, I would really urge, hang on, Vinny. I would really urge liberals. Look, I'm a liberal, right? And Cenk never believes me, but I am. All right, I know Trump personally. I've known him a long time, but I'm not a natural conservative. Never have been. But I honestly urge liberals, wake the hell up. If you keep calling him a fascist, if you keep calling him a fascist when he's won the popular vote, you're basically calling the majority.
Crystal, you need to be quiet, okay? That lollipop that you had in your mouth years ago that got you, disqualified for your election or Congress, whatever you were running for, put it back in your mouth and be quiet, okay? Jesus.
See, hang on. Hang on. Let me finish my point. Hang on, Crystal.
Right-wing ideology.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, which is this.
You guys cut me off, and then I don't get to finish.
If he wins the popular vote, as well as everything else, what you're doing when you continue to call him a fascist, you're basically saying that all these Americans who voted for him are supporting a fascist and are therefore themselves fascists. Okay. Do you not get that?
But let's make a distinction here. I'm talking about accurately describing reality, a reality that was described by not liberals, by his chief of staff, John Kelly, a lifelong Republican, by Mike Mattis, right? But, ask Mike Pence how he feels about Donald Trump and his authoritarian tendencies in office. That's different. Accurately describing.
First of all, Mike Pence is a rhino, okay? I don't know how you can be a Republican vice president and be pro-abortion, but you're all about Catholics. You're all about Christianity, but you're pro-abortion. First of all, I don't want to hear anything about Mike Pence. Secondly, Crystal Ball has some nerve. So she calls Trump a fascist. Okay, let's think about this. But it was Biden who did what? Mandated the vaccines, okay? Pursued his political enemies, all right? Opened the border, all right? And defied the Supreme Court. But Trump's the fascist? Again, everything that they said Trump is, they did. End of conversation.
Reality, which I think we all have an obligation to do, is different from arguing about how I think they should most effectively go about defeating that fascist ideology as embodied by Donald Trump. And on that, I agree with you. I think they go about it all the wrong ways by not offering an alternative vision that accurately identifies the problems in American society as unfettered capitalism, corporate greed, etc.
I mean, what is she talking? Crystal Ball is so delusional. I got in the chat, U-Haul said she makes Anna Kasparian look like a moderate. Yeah, she's ridiculous. It's called common sense. She's one of them that is she's doubling down. She's doubling down. I mean, what is she talking about? She makes absolutely no sense, okay? Again, she talks about Trump being a fascist, but your president alone mandated the vaccines. I couldn't go anywhere because I'm not vaccinated. I mean, are you nuts? He opened the border. He went after and pursued his political enemies. What are we talking about here? She's literally delusional, okay? And if things were so bad, okay, when Trump was president, how did he just win by a landslide, Crystal? Okay, this is why she didn't get in Congress, okay? You need better acting skills. You got to get with the program, Crystal. Everybody's veering center. You got to jump on board because you're not going to have anywhere to go, okay? Let me go to the chat. Guys, I mean, I just can't. These people absolutely have no common sense. Venom KP, hello. Did DiBRAVA say who she voted for yet? Yes, I voted for Donald Trump. There was no other person to vote for. And not in my opinion, okay? Not in my opinion. To me, the country, look, I don't care. I don't vote based on personality. Do I agree with everything Trump says? No. It's like my mom. She says, well, sometimes silence is golden, Mr. President. Sometimes it's I don't agree on everything Trump says and does. And here's the thing. A lot of Republicans that I know, a lot of Trump supporters also don't. And they're not afraid to say it. The left will just be in total denial. Oh, Biden's fine. He's fine. He's good. He ain't sick. Oh, no. He didn't just crap his pants. Oh, I crap my pants too. So what? What? Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, he fine. All good. We good. I mean, come on. The man is sick. Like, Biden was ill. Every single person knew it. You removed him. You literally installed Kamala, his own people. These very Democrats removed him from office. Nancy Pelosi, okay, and Chuck Schumer and whoever else, the deep state, basically put a coup on him and made him step down, which made him pretty angry. Even though he's not totally coherent, he still knows a little bit. And his family wasn't too happy about it either. And you installed Kamala. Okay? I mean, come on. That says everything within itself. Right there is the evidence, the proof that he was sick. I mean, Crystal Ball is just so annoying. These Democrats are nuts.